question for you. Was your mom ever in Maxim Magazine? Mine was. I'll prove it to you. Sometimes I don't dress so well. It's not fashionable, but it's for the purpose of like mowing the lawn at the ranch, HM Ranch. And just taking a break to eat some lunch. There's one of my favorite pictures of Kayla drinking a cappuccino with some foam on her lip. There's the cover of my novel, Desert High. There's the hamburger in the microwave. There's some of the HM staff working on the 65 Mustang. They weren't really working on it. That was just a photo shoot. Does your wife ever take pictures of herself with a filter? Send it to you? You get a free 8x10 print at CVS? Well, that's what I did. There's Lust Control, Fun Feeling. What would you think if that came out on vinyl? Ooh, boy. Hey, pulling down for a little lunch from mowing the lawn. It makes me hungry. Here's some of the Heaven's Metal War Room. What do you call them? Prototype covers. Had some really great photos by Chad Fenner to consider for the cover. And Lust Control, This Is Condemnation, is coming out on vinyl, hopefully very, very soon. That's the album cover back. Those are the vinyl labels on the left, and there's the liner note insert. It's got lyrics on the back. There is a promotion for Rubber Meets the Road, a book written by Paul Doty, the sound man for Barren Cross and Bloodgood. It's a really good book. It's fun. A lot of road stories. Oh, you saw the photo of my mom in the kitchen there, and people were doing tribute albums in the 90s, and I decided I want to do a tribute album. I want to follow the trend. I want to do it great. I want each of the bands to pick who they're going to tribute, though. So, you know, Tourniquet did a King's X song. Doug Pinnick did a U2 song. Echo Hollow, featuring Guy Ritter, did a U2 song. Spyglass Blue did a Keith Green song, which is beautiful. Reflescent Tide did an Amy Grant cover, which sounds great. Justin Fox did a 77s tune. Paul Rohrbach did a secular song. Oh no, what's he doing here? 2112 Overture. It's instrumental. The only words are a Bible verse. The meek shall inherit the earth. Crimson Thorn, the heavyweight thrashers from Minnesota, did a Striper cover. Guardian did a Striper cover. Channel Surfers did a VeggieTales tune, at my suggestion. Blackball did a secular song. What? By the Police. Atomic Opera did a cover by the Imperials. Who knows who they are? One Bad Pig did a cover of oh my gosh, his name slips my mind. He did a song about Armageddon. I'll think of it in a second. The Violet Burning did a Beatles cover. What? Larry Norman, through a discussion I had with him, we decided together that Jesus Freak by DC Talk could be a great cover. So anyway, this album, I had each of the artists send a picture of their mom, and I put my mom front and center. And Maxim Magazine did a little story on tribute albums. Like I said, it was a trend, and they had this album cover next to the little review of this album. I'll show it to you in a minute. Of course, I had to buy a copy. There's a special cube in my ranch house. Here's a photo book I made of Lust Control exploits. Photo book I made of HM artwork. These are books I've written. Desert High is my novel. Flying Tail is a book my dad wrote. This is the audiobook version on 2 compact discs. It's Bobby Baby Bear, the first children's book I've written. I got a couple more planned. An American Football Tale and Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. There's honestly a book I co-wrote. Here is a copy of all the interviews transcribed, divided into chapters. I just printed a copy for me and the manager and Michael. And this is just the raw interviews transcribed. It's a book my granddad wrote called Teens Tell. He was in Southern California during the Jesus movement, and sold this book at a whopping price of $3.95. Later on, we released it on HM Press, so all the grandkids could get a copy. Some really cool stories. And here's a book that I did not write, but it's got a chapter with my name on it. Body Piercing Saved My Life. It's a really cool look at Christian rock from a Washington Post reporter. Here's a book cover I designed for a friend. And there's a King's X book. I was mentioned in it. Here's a couple of DVDs. The recently released Heaven's Metal Video Magazine Volume 1 and Cornerstone HM Stage Volume 1. We never did more volumes of that. There's the booklet that came with the Heaven's Metal collection. Had stories on every band in there. And there is one of the box sets, still shrink-wrapped, 2 compact discs. Only one of those I have left. Anyway, might be kind of boring, but wanted to show you my favorite shelf. Here's my vinyl collection. I would have a lot more, but I got rid of vinyl when I came back to the Lord as a prodigal son in 1983 at age 20. I sold most of my vinyl, like UFO and Scorpions and Van Halen and whatever, at a used record shop, and bought stuff like U2 and The Alarm and Al Di Meola, instrumental rock, and some classical music. And then when Christian metal started, a lot of the first releases like Saint, Bride, Bloodgood, a lot of those albums were sent to me on vinyl, and some of those, even King's X, Out of the Silent Planet, I sold them or got rid of them because I was so in love with the compact disc format. Now I kind of wish I had some of those back, but I'm good. I have the music to listen to. That's what's more important. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm taking inventory of the HM Press online store. So just making sure I have enough at my house to fulfill orders. Making sure I have the right amount so it's accurate on the store page. All right, here I am in the garage to show you evidence. Anyway, here's my collection of Heaven's Metal HM Magazine, all 28 years and beyond. When we went to all digital, I got some of those in here. But anyway, here is a couple magazines I keep in my collection. This Revolver had a really cool thing where they had me rank the top Christian metal albums, and they wanted me to do some modern ones and some classic ones. So I had Striper, Vengeance Rising, Crucified, Believer, Zayo, as well as NIV, Living Sacrifice, Part 86, Norma Jean, and Under Oath. And that was really fun to do. And this was, we used to do envelopes when Heaven's Metal came back as a fanzine while HM was still alive. HM came out like on the odd months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. And Heaven's Metal fanzine came out the month between, like August, September, and October, November, and then the December, January. This is one of the, this is a band at the Cornerstone main stage. Crap, what was the name of this band? They had 2 guitar players, really good, kind of a power metal band, but on like Victory Records or some label like that, kind of defying the norm. Anyway, and here is another really cool magazine I kept. Faith, Christian Punk Speak Out. And I don't know if I have it. Here we go. The Book of Douglas. Oh boy. Here I am talking about Striper and Christian metal and Christian hard music. Here's a little booklet we put together to talk about HM back in the day. Jason Dodd really helped out with this a lot. And there's a Davey Quiggle graphic there. And there's Under Oath, who was breaking at the time, as a new band. And anyway, so here we come to Maxim Magazine. Close your eyes, because the cover, you know, she's not dressed like she's going to church. Opens up right to that. Let me find the page so I don't have to skim through here. So you don't have to flip through the pages. So they talked about tribute albums. These terrible tribute albums will have you ice-picking your ear. Oh my gosh. I forgot it was a scathing review. The mother of all tribute albums. A motley crew of obscure Christian rock bands were allowed to pick any song they wanted to cover. The unholy marriage weds tunes such as U2's Sunday Bloody Sunday with religious ditties like Hold Me Jesus. Fun fact, playing this album in public spaces is banned by the Geneva Convention. And then, of course, the Kiss My Bleep. They didn't like that one. That had, I think Extreme was on that. Garth Brooks was on that. But anyway, There's my mom pictured in Maxim Magazine. I told you, there's your proof.
Rock stars on God, caught in the fire, searching for meaning in a world of desire. They sing up the heavens, they scream up the void. Rock stars on God, where do they belong?
There's a snake that's got the egg in its mouth. That is so, I'm just about to grab it. I thought, what is that slimy thing on top of the Dealy Whopper?